Batu Pahat is not exactly where I grew up, but in many ways, it still holds a very familiar corner of my childhood. It's about an hour and a half drive from Johor Bahru, where I'm from. And like many places in Malaysia, memories here are often tied to something simple but powerful. The food we grew up eating, the flavors we return to, and the local favorites that quietly carry a little piece of home. When people talk about Batu Pahat food, Yu Yuan Mian, fishball noodles, is definitely one of the local favorites. There are so many stalls and coffee shops in Batu Pahat selling fishball noodles, each with its own version and regular crowd. But personally, this is the one I like. It's located near Tian Hou Gong, a Chinese temple in Batu Pahat. It's a simple but satisfying bowl. Springy fish balls, noodles tossed with sauce, and a warm bowl of soup on the side. What makes it enjoyable is the texture and balance, the bounce of the fish balls, the chew of the noodles, the savoury sauce, and the clean, comforting broth that brings everything together. It's not a flashy dish, but it's the kind of everyday local food that Batu Pahat does really well.
我们刚吃完鱼圆面，不到5分钟的路程，我们马上就来到这里了，吃粿早。
This is a local spot known for Kway, with soft rice sheets served in the savoury broth and different braised side dishes to choose from. What I like about this kind of meal is that you can build it your own way. A bit of braised egg, tofu, meat, or whatever you feel like having that day. Simple, old school, and very satisfying. And the otak-otak here is good too. Warm, fragrant, and gently spicy. I'm not really an egg tart person, but I've heard they do a pretty good one here as well. When I was little, I used to love taking the yolk out of the braised egg, breaking it up, mixing it into the soup, and drinking it like that. I wonder if anyone else does the same. Popiah is one of my favorites too. Inside that soft, thin wrapper, you'll usually get braised shredded jicama, what many of us locally call turnip or sengkuang, together with carrots, lettuce, egg, prawns or shrimp, crushed peanuts, crispy bits, sweet sauce and chili. But the lovely thing about popiah is that there isn't just one correct version. Some are fresh and soft, while others are fried and crunchy. And every stall or family seems to have their own little twist. Oh my goodness, this is the flavor I've been craving for so long. I love the chincharo chili padi fish. I only wish they had given a bit more of that chili paste with the fish, because honestly, that's the good stuff. I also really miss the daun keledek with chili padi and lime sauce. They don't have it anymore, and now they use the same stir-fried style with 4 angled beans instead. It was nice, but personally, I still prefer daun keledek. The lemak kuning was tasty, though perhaps not as deeply flavorful as I remembered. The fried chicken, however, was still wonderfully juicy, just like before, and it was still piping hot when I ate it. And the chendol was such a lovely finish. Cold, creamy, refreshing, a perfect ending to the meal. This was my first time trying this restaurant, and I was curious to see what their Lala clay pot was like. Their Lala clay pot is cooked right in front of you, which makes the whole experience feel more lively. The clams are first cooked over high heat with chili, ginger, and garlic to bring out that lovely aroma. Then they add a rich, savoury broth and a splash of cooking wine, letting everything simmer until the sweetness of the clams melts into the soup. They also have a condiment station with different sauces, garlic bits, fresh chili, coriander, and other toppings. So you can adjust everything to your own taste. And if you enjoy a stronger wine aroma, you can add more cooking wine as you go. And yes, One thing I really enjoyed was dipping the fried fish skin into the hot pot for just a few seconds. The vibe here is casual and lively, the kind of place where you come for bold, comforting food, especially with people who love sharing a bubbling hot pot together.
这里听说是卤面一条街。
Loh Mee or Loh Mee is a local noodle dish served in a thick, savoury gravy instead of a clear soup. Depending on the stall, you can choose from different types of noodles: yellow noodles, handmade noodles, yi mein, which is a thin pre-fried egg noodle, or other varieties. If you like a little tangy kick, add some vinegar. I definitely would. It brightens up the gravy and balances out the richness nicely. I'm not really a Loh Mee person myself, but the shop was packed with customers, so I guess it must be quite popular here. They also have many other items on the menu, so there's still plenty to explore. For me, the surprise was the fish cake, bouncy, savoury, the part I enjoyed most. The Yong Tau Foo selection here is fantastic. With so many lovely choices, I especially enjoy the stuffed chili and stuffed tofu. I'll go for the stuffed okra sometimes too, but it depends. The okra can be a bit fibrous on certain days. Everything is full of flavor, though it may be slightly salty for some people. The lecha is lovely as well, with that earthy, wholesome taste that feels so comforting and nourishing. Durian, 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 my favorite fruit from Malaysia. In Malaysia, durian is never just one flavor. There are so many different varieties, like Musang King, Blackthorn, D24, Red Prawn, XO, Kampong Durian, and so on. Each one has its own personality, its own texture, sweetness, aroma, bitterness, creaminess, and aftertaste. Some are rich and creamy, some are sweet and buttery, some have that beautiful bittersweet depth, and some are intensely fragrant in the best possible way. And that's what makes Malaysian durian so special. It's bold, complex, and full of personality. Some people may find it a little challenging at first, but for me, it's one of the must-haves on every trip home. One thing I've always loved about Malaysia is the incredible variety of food. Every state, every town, and even every neighborhood seems to have its own flavors, its own specialties, and those local favorites that someone will always tell you, you have to try this. Behind many dishes, there is a story, sometimes in the spices, sometimes in the wok hei, sometimes in a recipe that has been passed down through families and generations. And maybe that's why eating here never feels boring. From breakfast to supper, there is always something waiting for you. Something comforting, something spicy, something nostalgic, or something completely new, depending on what your heart is craving that day. It's not only about what is on the plate, but also the people, culture, memory, and everyday life behind it. And just like that, the days passed faster than I wished they would. The meals I had been craving became memories again. The hugs felt too short. And all the little moments I tried to hold on to slowly turned into something I would carry with me.
回来啦！
老林哥啊你，
啊，
看
I'll always be with you. I'll always be with you.
Maybe that's why going home always feels so emotional. You arrive with so much excitement in your heart, and you leave feeling grateful, softened, and not quite ready to say goodbye. Every trip home reminds me how precious family love is. It's not always loud, not always spoken, but it's always there. In the smallest gestures, the meals shared around the table, the questions that sound simple but carry so much care. And as I grow older, I realize more and more that these are the moments worth cherishing. My nephews are growing up so quickly. My sisters are moving through their own seasons of life, and my parents are getting older too. And beyond family, there are still so many friends and relatives who are close to my heart. People I wish I had more time to sit with, talk to, and simply be around. But everyone is in a different stage of life now, with their own responsibilities, routines, and things to handle. So even when I don't get to see everyone, I still think of them with so much love. Time doesn't pause for any of us, and maybe that is what makes these ordinary moments feel so deeply precious. Not because they are perfect, but because they are real, fleeting, and deeply rooted in love. Maybe home was never something we could hold on to completely. Maybe it's something we carry in pieces through the people we love, the flavors we miss, and the parts of ourselves that still belong there. So even though this journey ends here, my heart lives fuller, softer, and more grateful. And a piece of me stays behind until the next time I come home. Thank you for being here. Until next time, take care and stay in your bliss.